one of the things that we did want to take a deep dive on outside of these very specific round robin style windows is the Inter-Confederation playoff that is going to take place during this official February window as well. And we've got 10 teams that are vying for 3 final spots in the World Cup. There are 3 groups that are still awaiting the fourth team in those groups. That includes Group E with the United States women's national team. Right now, it's the United States, Netherlands, and Vietnam. They're awaiting the winner of Portugal, Cameroon, and Thailand. One of those 3 nations will join up in Group E. Group A playoff are those 3 teams. Portugal, Cameroon, Thailand. We've got Group B featuring Chile, Senegal, and Haiti. And then we've got a Group C playoff with 4 teams: Chinese, Taipei, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, and Panama. So, Lisa, I want to ask you. We come here with full CONCACAF hearts every time we
We
talk about
do.
international windows on Attacking Third. When you're looking at these groups, each A, B, or C, is there someone that you're looking at as sort of a clear favorite to exit these groups?
Honestly, no, there's not one nation that I'm like, yes, like you're going to go all the way, because I think the competition at this point is really, really tight and really tough. I think Portugal, when I look at the Group A, I think they're a nation I might say, hey, you might have a higher chance of getting out, right? They are the top seed in this one. But as you mentioned, the CONCACAF, like I have a very soft spot in my heart for Haiti. This is a team that during the qualifiers were unstoppable, scoring goals, keeping shutouts. They had a 44 plus goal differential. I will never get over that. Haiti was so impressive to watch, but they're going up against Chile, who's the top seed in that Group B playoff group that we're looking at. I think that the competition against Senegal as well is going to be really tough. I mean, these are some really good teams coming into this. If anything, I think Portugal might be one team that'll give a lot of other teams a bit of a run for their money. But the craziest thing is there are 10 teams competing in this for only 3 spots. 6 confederations competing in this for 3 spots. Massive. And we talked about how in Cup of Nations, it's a nice opportunity for some nations to play where they will be playing in the World Cup. Same goes for this Inter-Confederation Tournament, because it's going to be happening in New Zealand in 2 different World Cup venues. So some travel for these teams heading back and forth in New Zealand. But when you kind of look at how it's broken down by confederation, UEFA only has Portugal, Oceania only has Papua New Guinea, but all the other ones have 2, whether it's Asia and Chinese Taipei and Thailand, Africa with Cameroon and Senegal, CONCACAF, right, has Haiti and Panama, and then CONMEBOL with Chile and Paraguay. These are nations that like they're looking to prove themselves. This is their opportunity. You just got to win your group, right? Win your group and you get through. It's so simple. It just sounds so simple when we put it like that. And of course it's not. Of course it's not. What about you? When you look at these, whether it's your top seeds in Portugal, Chile, when you're looking at them, is there anyone in particular that you're like, yeah, you could come out on top? You've got a spot. You've got one of the spots secured.
Look, I'm not going to come on here and act like I'm not going to be, wide-eyed and full of joy to see a possibility of multiple CONCACAF nations in the World Cup, depending on how these Inter-Confederation playoffs go. I don't know if I want to see a team like Haiti in the World Cup if I'm the opposition, but I know Sandra needs to see it. I would love to see it. I want to see Haiti in the 2023 World Cup so badly. But looking at these, I think it's also maybe important for us to kind of talk about like the breakdown of the Inter-Confederation playoffs. So like it's a little bit different than what we've been chatting about with some of these other competitions. We were talking about how they're round robin style tournaments, right? There's going to be 3 games across the board with a lot of these teams. They will have them with a couple, maybe a day or a half or 2 in between
Yeah.
those matches. This one is already going to be, it's going to be like the format of like a semifinal game and then a final match. So it's like each
Right.
team, like not every team is going to play each other. So it's interesting in that sense. It's like it's a must-win scenario for the 2 stages of that you're getting through. So for example, like I know a lot of folks are maybe keeping an eye on Group A with Portugal, Thailand, and Cameroon. Well, Portugal already has a direct bye to that final match, so they're only going to play one match. So Cameroon and Thailand are going to play in a semifinal to face to face Portugal in that final match, and the winner of that match wins the group. And
Yep.
same thing with Group B. Chile, based on rankings, FIFA, they're already waiting the winner of Senegal and Haiti. So whoever is the winner of Senegal and Haiti in that semifinal is going to face Chile in that final, and the winner of that final will be the winner of Group B. So then it's a little bit different with Group C with the 4 teams. There is going to be like a Final Four a semifinal kind of playoff, and then those 2 winners will face each other. So it's very interesting to sort of take a look at how this is going to how this is going to kind of pan out. But I think when you're looking at Group A, you're looking at a team like Portugal, which is funny because you look at who else is in there. Thailand at this point has had some experience already as a program that has featured in the World Cup. And then you have Cameroon that has the same scenario. They are not strangers to participating in a World Cup. So I do think of these 3 groups, this might be one of the stronger of the pool of teams. But I do have Portugal coming out of Group A. Listen, Group B, I'm going all in. I want Haiti to win Group B, and then when I'm looking at Group C, listen, Chinese Taipei, when we were covering the Women's Asian Cup, they definitely surprised me in a lot of different areas. So I think they could absolutely play spoiler in this one. But look, I want to see Panama come out of Group C. So hopefully we get not just 1 but 2 CONCACAF nations.
I know.
Coming out of this one.
It's
But I
possible.
do think
It's possible for sure.
it is possible. I do think that these of all of the matches that are taking place during this window of time, I think you can go through each one and find a lot of intriguing angles and storylines to take a look at, right? But this one, the Inter-Confederation playoff, is the one that has massive stakes on the line.
Completely.
And it's gonna be quite the tournament.
It is. And so the winners of each of the groups, right, move on. And I know that the favorites, of course, are the top seeds, according to FIFA, are Portugal and Chile. And that's why they get a kind of like a first round bye in this Inter-Confederation Tournament. But when you look at that Group C with the 4 teams, that's yes, of course, I'm going to be watching Group A, I'm going to be watching Group B, and I'm going to be watching Group C. But when I'm looking at Group C, we get to get 3 matches out of this group because it's almost like a semifinal round and then you move on. So I'm excited to see that and kind of excited to see the difference in competition from the first game to the second game throughout that Group C. But there is definitely a lot on the line. I mean, when you look at the overall World Cup draw, there are a lot of implications. And for those that are watching us and listening to us for the U.S. content, this is where the United States finds out who their third competition is in Group E. It's that Group A playoff winner with Portugal, Cameroon, and Thailand. Portugal being the top seed, the favorite in that group, our favorite as well. You and I, we both picked Portugal to be the ones to get out of that Group A. But you also look at Group D in the World Cup, the Group B playoff winner. So that'll be Chile, Senegal, or Haiti jumping into Group D with England, Denmark, and China PR. And then the last one in Group F already has France, Jamaica, and Brazil. So they could see Chinese Taipei, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, or Panama jumping into that group of death. I'm going to call it a little bit.
Chaotic group. I'm listening to you read off and rattle off these these World Cup groups as they currently stand. And then of course, we're doing this as a show. So I'm also looking at the visual and I'm just like, gosh, like some of these groups,
Yeah.
even just with the 3 teams, already have the opportunity to get even a little more chaotic. So we'll see. Again, I don't want to say it's going to be more exciting than what we experienced and covered in July 2022. But I do feel like it's going to be a little bit more intense because it's not this sort of month-long, kind of 2-week to
Mhm.
3-week long kind of energy. We've just got this 1 week of time, this one window of time, and there's going to be all of these games happening all at once. So it's going to be, in that sense, a little bit more chaotic in terms of the energy that's out there. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Lisa's here for it. Attacking Third is here for it. Watch these games when and where you can.